is laundering money for the Romanian mafia? Yes. I think that's the very real side of Andrew Tate that, I mean, he talks about a little bit, but is not hyper-focused on by most of the YouTube commentary space and everyone else that has covered Andrew Tate. The real reason why Andrew Tate is still around to a certain degree is because I believe he does help the Romanian mafia, at least one of the Romanian mafias, launder money. We know that because he, owns a bunch of casinos that they own. These are businesses that are not flush. They are not actually, turning profit. Some of them are literally closed, and yet they are still in operation. And as I've said already, if I was the Romanian mafia, I wouldn't be super stoked that like my main money laundering guy is constantly running his mouth all over social media about how big of a badass he is, drawing international ire to his businesses. This is why you watch me, mother. This is why you watch me, okay? And it's like not even a really good take, to be honest. It doesn't take like a brilliant person to comprehend this. So the former policewoman raised by Tate in the human trafficking file opened in the name of brothers Tristan and Andrew Tate. The woman would have worked for the two. She and the Tate brothers detained for 24 hours. This is the latest development, okay, from Romania right now. Bro, I'm sorry. I don't care that Vivienne Westwood died. Like, I know that it's a big deal for some of you, especially because I wear a lot of Vivienne Westwood. But, like, on the moment that, like, Andrew Tate is fucking being arrested by Romanian authorities for sex trafficking, like, I'm not going to turn around and be like, all right, let's cover Vivienne Westwood. Rest in peace, Vivienne Westwood. She lived a long fucking life, okay? Yes, Vivienne Westwood is dead. Pele died as well, which is, I think, significantly more important as an international figure. And I'm not going to talk about that either, okay? Rest in power to Pele, and rest in peace, rest in power to Vivienne Westwood, okay? Time and place, though. Please stop. She mistreated her employees. I don't care! Shut the fuck up! On Thursday, DIICOT prosecutors descended on the home of a former policewoman in Bucharest who is said to be part of a group specialized in human trafficking of brothers Tristan and Andrew Tate. The two Britons are suspected of exploiting several young women through a video chat studio setup near their villa in Pipera. Update. The Tate brothers and the former policewoman have been detained for 24 hours. According to Gondal sources, arrest warrants were issued for 24 hours for the Tate brothers, but also for the former policewoman involved in this case. The searches in the case of the British brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, accused of human trafficking along with the former policewoman, ended on Thursday evening. All three perpetrators were taken to DIICOT headquarters for questioning, which will last all night. In this case, investigators first descended on Pipera addresses of the brothers on April 11th when a complaint was received at the U.S. Embassy regarding the fact that a woman with American citizenship was being forcibly held at their residence. Initially, the investigation was carried out by the Ilfov police, I don't know how to fucking say these words, who immediately descended on their home in a case opened under the coordination of the prosecutors of the prosecutor's office attached to the Bufti court for deprivation of liberty and rape. On this occasion, the Romanian authorities learned that the Britons had a video chat studio which operated in a building located approximately 500 meters from their villa. Several young men were found there, including the woman with the American citizenship, but also a young woman from the Republic of Moldova. The two are said to have said at the time that they were being held against their will after being rounded up using a method commonly used by human traffickers known generically as lover boy. This is literally what Andrew Tate openly fucking stated he did. Remember, what this is a very common trafficking technique, okay? Andrew Tate wrote about this openly on his fucking website. Okay? Openly. Grooming people into sex work. He bragged about it routinely, but he also wrote about it on his website where he was offering people lessons on what to do. he has made YouTube videos about this. And I told you guys that this was straight up insane for someone to fucking admit. In this regard, the young woman from America would have stated that she met Tristan Tate through a social network and he would have seduced her and convinced her to buy a plane ticket to come to Romania. She allegedly abandoned her boyfriend and came to live with a British millionaire, but found herself threatened and forced to work as a video chat model. Frightened, she contacted her ex-boyfriend, who in turn notified the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest. After realizing that the evidence described crimes similar to organized crime, BUFT prosecutors declined jurisdiction to the Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism. So this is like their federal terror organized crime unit that is been conducting this investigation. Okay? What is the tactic? They just described it. It's when you like seduce someone online, or when you seduce someone and then you turn around and get them to do sex work for you, okay? And then you hold them basically in custody, in captivity, pretty much. You isolate them from their friends and family, and then you get them to work for you, which is something that he basically did and openly admitted, okay? It's such a common practice. There's a term for it, lover boy. Are there chatters defending him? No, they're not going to be in here defending him, but they're most likely going to be defending him all over the internet because people are fucking freaks, okay? They're insane. They think they can avoid the top of the hour ad break. Anti-mafia prosecutors put together all the evidence taken from the Tate brothers' villa and from the video chat studio in order. Okay? Oh, yeah. Cam. Jesus Christ, chat is lighting up. Camely. For 9 months, anti-mafia prosecutors put together all the evidence taken from the Tate brothers' villa and from the video chat studio in order to be able to prove that the accusations made during the hearings by their alleged victims are real. Sources close to the investigation stated for Gondel that shortly after the completion of the computer expertise, the authorities waited for the right moment to catch the Tate brothers, who were always out of the country. After seeing, including on social networks, that they were together in Romania, which, by the way, they found out because of the fucking Twitter video that he posted against Greta Thunberg, which featured Jerry's Pizza, a Romanian chain with only 23 locations, immediately self-doxing himself as someone who was, at that very moment, in Romania. Prosecutors mobilized the special troops of the gendarme, the military police, basically, the federales, okay? And descended by force onto their villa in Pipera, but also on other addresses. The cited sources stated that one of the searches targeted a former policewoman from the 7th section who left the Capitol Police and started video chatting. She is accused that in addition to working side by side with the rest of the models, she would have taken care to put pressure on the girls held in the studio against their will. The woman was picked up and taken to DII COT headquarters for questioning. The wildest part about this is that this motherfucker, much like the January 6th insurrectionists, was so bold and so entitled that he thought he could just openly state these things. And it's like the number one thing you shouldn't do. Okay?